everyone, it's Imogen and welcome back to Colouring Kid. I have a video today for you which I'm anticipating to be quite a long one. I have a lot to get through. This is the hashtag Colouring Discoveries of 2020 colouring tag, which has been going around the past couple of weeks. This was created by Emma from Emma Colours 2020. I will link her channel down below. And I was extremely kindly tagged by the lovely Rosie from Rosie Crafted Colours. Again, I'll link her channel. It was so thoughtful of her to tag me. I've really enjoyed watching her video and Emma's and everybody else who has done this tag so far. And yeah, I'm going to do it today for you. So I'm just going to warn you now, I haven't stuck to any of the numbers in terms of the questions that are asked. I did go a bit overboard because it's really hard for me to narrow things down. I'm not a very decisive person. So when it came to some of the questions, I have done a few extra bits, but I hope that it helps anyway, because lots of these questions are things that I have discovered during 2020. So that's the idea of the tag. So, you know, if there are things that you might be interested in seeing, I hope that I can be of some help. So yeah, let's just get started. So question 1 is, what are your 5 favourite new colouring supply purchases of 2020? So I have done more than 5. I'm going to be quite brief with some of them. But yeah, I've got a couple of small things as well to show. So the first thing is in this Arteza case, and they are actually the Arteza pencils. And this is the 120 set, which I got kind of late this year. I had obviously been looking at them since they first came out, and I managed to find them on a really good deal on eBay first hand, first hand, they were brand new. And yeah, so I think in the end I only paid about £40, which is pretty good. And if you look closely on Amazon, sometimes they are really good value. So keep your eye out for those. And yeah, these are absolutely gorgeous. I have a few here and there because I'm working on different projects with them. These are a new pencil to me. I'm still trying to figure them out. I really, really like them. There's no doubt about that. I just need to try and integrate them more with my other pencils. I've done pages that are mainly just with them, but I need to just, yeah, figure them out a bit more. I do have a swatch to show you of them if you're interested. So originally there was smaller sets. There was a 72 set, a 48 and a 24. No, that's not the right one. These pencils, here we go. So I would say if you're really interested in bright colours, this is definitely the set for you. There are some muted colours. I really like the earth red colour. There are some good skin tone colours as well. There's a really good variety of browns and some peachy tones as well. I would say that they are a very good pencil to complement other pencil sets because there aren't really light colours like Prismacolor. But they are great. I feel like they are wax based. I think they are. But they do also feel hard as well. They're not going to break on you. So they're lovely. I absolutely love them. And I do need to play around with them a bit more because I have really enjoyed using them so far. So that is number 1. And number 2 is a very recent purchase. Not the case actually. It is the Arteza Inconic Fine Liners. So again, another Arteza product. I have some here and there as well because I'm using them. This is the 120 set, and just as a side note, the colours in here don't match the colours in the colour pencil set. So I think this is quite common with Arteza. The colours do vary from different products, so you won't get the same colours all the time and things, which I actually think is quite nice. There's loads of light colours in this, which is really great. I got them only a couple of months ago. It was on a Cyber Monday deal on Arteza actually. So again, I got them really, really cheap. And when I got them, there were a few that were broken and a few that had dried up. And I contacted Arteza and they actually sent me a brand new set for free. So their customer service is excellent. So if you ever have any worries or concerns about your orders, just let them know. They are absolutely amazing. So now I have a backup set, which is crazy. But yeah, they're absolutely lovely. Again, I'll show you a swatch of them. As I said, there's 120 and they are really lovely. I've used them quite a bit and they integrate really well with my Staedtler fine liners as well. So I really enjoy using both, you know, brands. So they're really lovely. And I'll just show you the other ones here. As I said, not all of them are in here, but there's a really good range of colours, and I really like having them in a case as well. Okay, the next thing I want to show you are my Rembrandt soft pastels. Now, I got these pretty much when lockdown first hit. I basically went on a bit of a spending spree April time. I got quite a lot of things, and this was one of them. This was more of an expensive purchase for me, and I believe when I got them on Amazon UK they were around £40, but they are excellent quality. These are artist pastels, so yes, I do use them for backgrounds. I use them in my colouring, but you know, just like with artist colour pencils, these are amazing. So these come in 60 colours, and as you can see, the variety is really good, and I've used them quite a bit. I did originally have this set of 30, which my mum actually had, and I'm really glad that I decided to get these because the colours are actually different than the ones in here, and these are quite faded in terms of the pigment because they are around about 30 years old, I believe. So, you know, the pigment over time obviously isn't going to be as strong. So these are really, really good. And yeah, because these sets are quite a few years apart, the colour selection has changed. I love the variety in this. There are some really light colours which are similar to the ones in the old set, and I just think that they complement each other really well. There's some lovely earthy tones, and there aren't that many bright ones either, which personally for me for backgrounds is quite good. I don't tend to go for really bright colours for them, but they are lovely and I love the presentation of them. So that is number 3. Okay, so now we move on to kind of the bittier things. There's quite a few things to show. Okay, so first we have the Spectrum Noir Sparkle Glitter Brush Pens. These I was very kindly sent by Sue, and I absolutely love them. They are excellent. If you have heard of the Wink of Stella Clear Brush Pen or the Spectrum Noir Clear Glitter Brush Pen, they're the same thing. This is basically the same except they have colour in them, and they are so glittery. I really enjoy using them, and I only got them recently, and they are one of my favourite things to use for accenting. So these are all of the colours. So this is the Coastal Cottage set, which was the first one, and then this is the Vintage Tones one, and again they complement each other really well. I believe in total there's about 5 sets, something like that, on Amazon, and none of the colours overlap, I don't think, so none of these are repeats, which is great. And I really like the selection that I have now, and they're really glittery. They're excellent. So they are the Spectrum Noir Sparkle Glitter Brush Pens. Then have the Jane Davenport Palette Pastels. These are the mineralised ones. These are absolutely amazing. They're kind of like eyeshadows, except these particular ones are kind of pearlescent. They're a bit glittery and shimmery. They're fantastic. And Jane Davenport, the brand, only does one set like this. I believe there are 2 or 3 others that are just normal colours, so they don't have the kind of glittery effect to them. It is very much like a eyeshadow palette, which I actually really like. I think they're so awesome. And again, I got a swatch. These are on black paper and this is on the white. It doesn't show up very well on camera, but they are really lovely. I use them mainly in backgrounds and they work really well, so I highly recommend those. And they were actually bought with the Ko-fi money a couple of months ago. I was then given these by my uncle, aunt and cousins for my birthday, and I have used them ever since. I really like these. These are the Kiliro or Fine Tech pearlescent paints, and this was one of the unusual sets because usually they come in sets of 6, and the actual palette of the paint are bigger. So this is a slightly different format, and the reason that I really like this one was because obviously you get a really good range of different colours, and I know from looking at it these light colours look really similar, but actually when you tilt them in the light they all have their own shade of colour, so they are all different, and I really like the variety of colours you get. So this is kind of a one-off set in terms of the amount that you get, because usually they, as I said, they are in sets of 6. If you go onto their website, you can get them all individually as well, which I think is a really, really good thing, and I will probably at some point get a few because I absolutely love them, and I've used them so much, and you know, they basically look brand new, which is excellent. So these are definitely one of my favourite things of 2020. That is another thing to mention. These aren't all purchases that I have bought. I have been given some of these, so you know, it kind of does work out that out of these things, you know, I have only purchased, you know, most of them. We then have these Black Edition Faber-Castell colour pencils, and they are amazing. I was sent these by Sue Wilkinson, and I have really enjoyed working with these. They are such a good set, especially if you're new to colouring, because I feel like they're almost like Prismacolors in the sense that they feel waxy and buttery, but I believe they are oil pencils because they are the brand Faber-Castell, and because it's red, this indicates that it's kind of the student line of pencils, so the same as the Faber-Castell Classic pencils. So they are really good. The colour selection, as I said, is amazing for a budget pencil. There are some really lovely light colours, and again, I have a swatch to show you. So they're basically, the idea of them is that they work really well on black and white, and as you can see, for a budget pencil, they show up on the black really well, and I feel like they are quite opaque, so I'm really impressed with them, and I have used them quite a lot. I'll show you a picture of an example of what I have used them in, but they are really excellent. Let me show you the picture. So Sue actually bought me this book as well, and I have loved using the pencils in here. I have done 2 pictures. I didn't put a marker in, but we have the seahorse there. I used about 5 colours for this one and just blended them out. And we also have these toadstools as well, which was again so fun. I just used a limited colour palette with the colours, and it was really fun just experimenting with them and trying to figure out different blends and things. So I think that they work really, really well. Okay, so now we have more of kind of the smaller things, a couple of pens and things that I absolutely love. So one thing that was recent for me were the Arteza white gel pens. This is a must-have. They are my favourite white gel pens now. I really love them. They don't skip. There's a whole video that Colour with Claire has done about these, and ever since they came out, everyone's been raving about them, and I see why. I have used them so much in my colouring now, and I just think they're incredible. They come in 3 sizes, 0.6, 0.8 and 1mm. So you can get bigger sets of 12, but this is a really good small set, and I think this was £6 or £7 or something like that, so they're really good, and I would highly recommend those. We then have the Faber-Castell white Pitt pen. I really like these because when I'm outlining my artwork to make the lines lighter, this is great. I used to outline in ink, but ever since I got this, I have been using it a lot. Tammy actually recommended this to me, and I really like it. If I just show you on this black, it is opaque, but once it dries, it does get a bit lighter. And the thing I really like about this as well is that it's not bumpy like a Posca pen. It does sink into the paper, so you'll have no issue with trying to colour over it, or, you know, I've tried and it is absolutely fine. So I really like those. I don't have any of the different sizes of nib, but that's something that I do want to get. As you can see, I've only got a big size. I believe this is 2.5, which is quite big, so I need to definitely get the smaller sizes, but they are excellent. A couple of Sakura pens I really like, which I believe I only discovered in 2020, which I can't believe because I could not colour without them now. Let me know if you remember me getting them though before 2020. Anyway, we have the Clear Glaze pen, which for any of you who don't know, this might be a little bit tricky to get out, is basically a really good way of making things shiny. I'm not sure if you can see that on the black, but it's excellent. And it's kind of like glossy accents, if any of you have heard of that. And this is the gold metallic jelly roll. This is the only metallic that I have. I think there's a set of 12 of them on Amazon, maybe even more. But this is a gorgeous bronzy gold. It is nowhere near as yellowy as some golds are, which I personally like. This is my favourite gold gel pen, and it's so beautiful and shiny, and as I said, it is more of a bronzy colour, and I really love it. And finally, we have my new favourite blender pencil. We have the Caran d'Ache blender pencil, which was new with the luminance pencils that came out this year. So I have 2 spares here, and this is basically the full stick blender in a pencil, I think, and they are really, really good. I still very much like the Prismacolor ones. I need to get some replacements of those, but at the moment they're quite expensive on Amazon, just because I guess it might be a bit harder to get them now, and Prismacolors are very expensive on Amazon. But these are amazing. I think open stock these are about £2.50 or £3 each, which, you know, it is expensive. I'm not going to pretend it's not. You know, getting stuff open stock, especially when it's Caran d'Ache, it is expensive, but they are the highest quality and I use them all the time. Okay, so that's question 1. Gosh, that was quite long. As I said, I did go over the 5. Okay, so question 2 is, what are your 5 favourite book purchases of 2020? Now, I have actually stuck to 5 for this, which is good. So the first book is, of course, Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. Now, this isn't a new book to me. This is my second copy, but I got it back in April when lockdown just started, because it had been a year and a half since I'd finished my first copy, and I wanted to, you know, start colouring it again. So this is possibly my favourite book ever. Now, that's very hard for me to say because there are so many books that I absolutely love, but purely based on the fact that I have already completed it once, I think indicates to me that, you know, that's how much I love it. So this is definitely one of my favourite books, without a doubt. I have already completed one of my whips in here, which I'm very proud of. You know, the fact that I went back to it when I, you know, wanted to finish it. So I have done a fair bit in this already, and as you may have seen from other videos, I'm trying to do more in it this year. So that's the first book. Okay, so we then have Symphony of Cute Animals by Kaneko Gusa. Again, I didn't actually purchase this, I was sent it, but it's still one of my favourite books that I have got this year, definitely. I have already done 2 pages in it. I got it late this year, well, last year actually, sorry. It's the beginning of 2021, still can't believe it is. But it's so gorgeous. I love the fact that it's a bit smaller than her other books. I really like the more compact size. And it's so gorgeous, and I love the seasonal pictures as well. It does go through the seasons, and there are some really nice autumnal pictures and Christmas ones as well. So there's a really good variety of pages, and it's just so cute. I love it, absolutely love it. This is probably my favourite book of hers. So we then have I Believe in Fairies by Clara Markova. Again, these and Fairy Touch Magic were very kindly sent to me. I've already done 3 in here, and they are in my binder if you haven't seen this before. This is excellent. I really like it, and I've already done 3, as I said. So yeah, these are great. I didn't expect to colour in them as much as the book, but actually I've coloured way more in this, and I've found that with these being colouring postcards, I can really take my time with them, and I really, really enjoy colouring in them, and I can't wait to do more. This is kind of my goal, to try and do 1 a month. If I don't get that done, you know, it doesn't really matter, but I would love to do more of these, and you do get multiple postcards for each season as well, which is really lovely. And then we have, of course, Fairy Touch and Magic. I love it, absolutely love it. I'm still working on my first whip. I'm hoping to get it done this month, but, you know, it's a gorgeous book. It's just, her artwork is incredible. I just think it's so gorgeous, and it was really tough picking a first page actually when I started it. But it is really gorgeous. I'm not sure if she'll be coming out with a new book this year. I'm not entirely sure, but at the moment, because of Brexit and things, her books aren't being shipped to the UK, which is such a shame. So yeah, we'll have to see, but she hasn't said anything yet, so it'll be a really nice surprise if she is. But yeah, that is Fairy Touch of Magic, again by Clara Markova. And then finally we have Luna, which is a very new purchase of mine. I did only get it, I think, middle of December or beginning of December. I got it with a Amazon voucher, and this is really gorgeous. This is the Dutch edition, and personally the Dutch editions of Maria Troll's books are my favourite, purely based on the paper. It's incredible. I'm trying to work through this front to back with a limited amount of pencils. I haven't really stuck to the 12. I've now got quite a few different sets, but I'm still sticking to a few. This is one of my favourite pages, and I'm really pleased with it because I just really enjoy colouring the hummingbirds. It's so fun. And this is the one that I'm working on at the moment. So yeah, that is a current whip of mine, which has been really fun to do. So the paper is amazing, and I can't wait to do more in this book. It's also one of my goals to just keep working on it. It's one of my favourites of Maria's, I think. So that is Luna by Maria Troll. Okay, so question 3 is, what is one most precious colouring supply or book you've purchased that you never use because it's too special? So there is another book that I purchased which for me is very, very intimidating, but the art is absolutely stunning, and it is the Thomas Kincaid colouring book, and this is the Disney Dreams collection. It is amazing. I do have a whip in here, so I have started colouring in it, but it does intimidate me because it is just so amazing, and I've really enjoyed what I've done so far. It just, yeah, it's taken me a bit of time to come back to it, I think, just because it is amazing, you know, his artwork, and I am trying to replicate it as best I can, so it is taking quite a while, but I am definitely going to finish it in 2021. That is my aim. I'd love to even get onto another page in here, but oh gosh, it is going to be very, very challenging because it is so detailed. I did try and pick one that wasn't quite as detailed to begin with, but even that is, you know, it's going to take a while, especially this back bit. But I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and I really am looking forward to working in it more. It's so gorgeous, and he's got a couple of other books out as well if you're interested. Actually, I'll leave this here whilst I do question 4, so you've got something to look at. So question 4 is, name 5 new YouTube channels / YouTubers you are most glad to have discovered this year and why. Now, before I say my top 5, I did just want to say that I absolutely love all of the YouTube channels that I watch, and there are many that I love that I didn't necessarily discover during 2020. So I did just want to mention a few of those people in case you're interested in watching their videos. And as I said, I will link all of their channels in the description for you so you can check them all out. So firstly, we have the lovely Kate from Kate's Colouring Haven. She is such a lovely person, and she's so supportive of my channel, and equally I really enjoy watching all of her videos. I feel like she's a very down-to-earth person, and you always feel welcomed when you listen to her chatting on her videos, and her colouring is absolutely beautiful, and she does stunning work with whatever she uses. And also we have Lavella from Lavella's Colouring, and Lavella has such a calm atmosphere to her videos, and I really enjoy watching them. Her colouring is breathtaking, and it's wonderful to see her completed pictures at the end of each month as well. They are amazing. I also have a few others that I didn't discover as well in 2020, but I'll mention those. So we also have Peter Hewitt, Francis from Colouring F, Sammy from Colour and Chat with Sammy, Colour with Claire, Rachel from Pencil Stash, and The Colour Cave. So as I said, all of these lovely ladies I discovered quite a while ago. But for any of you who are new to ColourTube, it's really beneficial to learn about new people, I guess. So I'd really recommend all of them. Okay, so now on to the top 5 from 2020. So firstly, we have Effie from Effie Colours. So Effie is such a wonderful person, and back in March she commented on one of my videos about a picture I'd done for her colour along, and I've known her ever since. I had so much fun taking part in her colour alongs every month. She comes up with such unique ideas and they really get me thinking, and the pictures she decides to do for her colour alongs and other people's are amazing as well. She is on Instagram and YouTube, and she shares all her entries for her colour alongs on her YouTube channel. So as I said, please go and check them out. And Effie, if you're watching, I just wanted to say thank you for inspiring me, because without you I wouldn't have coloured some of the pages I'm most proud of. There's one that I'm going to show you later, which is one of my personal favourites, and it was down to her colour along. Okay, so next we have Cassie from Potato Princess. I think a while ago, I can't remember exactly when it was definitely earlier this year, I remember commenting on one of her videos, which wasn't actually a colouring related video, and this was before she got back into making colouring videos, and I'm really glad she did. I really love them. Her videos are very professional, and I always look forward to any upcoming ones she does. And I believe Cassie streams on Twitch as well, so for any of you interested, she does colouring streams on there, so I'm sure she would really appreciate you checking her out. Her colouring again is beautiful, and I'd love to do a buddy colour with her at some point this year if she'd be interested. Okay, the next person is Rosie from Rosie Crafted Colours. She's one of my firm favourites. I did just want to say that this isn't because she tagged me to do the video, although I really appreciate her doing that, but because she is so lovely. She's new to the YouTube scene, so please go over and subscribe. Again, her videos are so professional for a newer YouTuber, and she's a very wholesome person, and I don't think she realises how talented she is, and I can't wait to see where she goes with her channel in 2021 because it's already amazing. We have Colouring with Kay. I have been very fortunate to do a buddy colour with her, and I hope to do more with her in the future. She has a very distinctive style as well, so if mixed media is something that you're interested in, I encourage you to check her out. She only started her channel earlier this year, but she's already made huge progress, and I'm sure her channel will only grow. And finally we have Kirsty from Kirsty Colour and Sketch, and again, she's another YouTuber who started earlier this year, and Kirsty is so friendly and is always so supportive of my channel, and she's very active on both YouTube and Instagram, and I love her variety of videos that she does. She does some diamond painting videos, some drawing, and yeah, she does a lot of mixed media work, and her drawing is amazing. So if you enjoy art in general, I think you'd really enjoy her channel. So yeah, they are the 5 people plus a lot more that I really enjoy watching. So I did want to say that, as I said, I love all of the channels that I watch. So, you know, it was very, very hard for me to pick. Okay, so question 5, name 3 new artists you have discovered in 2020. Evidently, there have been more than 3 that I've discovered, but I'm just going to go with the ones that I have in front of me. Again, I've got 4, so I have gone over. The first one we have is Wishes and Wings and Wondrous Things, and this is Corey D'Antini. Now, I think this is the only book that she has done, and I was very kindly sent this by Lisa, and she just said she thought I might like this, and I absolutely do. Her style is so beautiful, and I had never heard of her before, so it was really nice to, you know, have this as a surprise and see her artwork. So I've done quite a lot in here, and it is on CreateSpace paper. It's one-sided, so you can use markers and stuff, and that's what I personally love using in this book. I have done quite a few pages in here, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So I would really recommend this book. It's a very distinctive style, and that was one that did not work out how I wanted it to, but yeah, it's gorgeous. So that is Corey D'Antini. Okay, so next we have Fabiana Attanasio. Now, I didn't discover her in 2020. I knew about all of her books and stuff before then, but this was the first book that I got of hers, and I'm really glad that I did because I really enjoyed colouring the pictures that I have in here. So I did this one a couple of months ago, and then I also did a buddy colour with the lovely Robin, and this is a page that I'm really pleased with, and I used quite a few different things on here, so I can't wait to do more in this, and I just think the hairstyle is so cute, and you know, it does tell a story, which again I really like. That's Fabiano Attanasio. We then have Yuko Higuchi, hope I'm saying that right, and this is the museum colouring book. Again, I had seen this book way back in 2017 on Reading with Pugs channel, but I only recently got it. Shannon sent it to me for Happy Mail, which was extremely kind of her, and I haven't coloured in it as of yet, but I am going to definitely in 2021. Her style has kind of got a sort of grayscale tone to it, which I really like, and there are loads of different pictures in here, and I love that the background's already coloured in, and oh, it's amazing and realistic as well. I think that's really, really good. And yeah, again, I'm really pleased that I have got this book and I can colour some of the lovely artwork in it. And then finally, again, not an artist who I discovered this year, but all of these books I got in 2020 and kind of rediscovered. So I originally had Anamorphia by Kirby Rosannes ages ago, and I don't really colour in it anymore because I was kind of just messing about in it. There weren't really any pages that I fully finished. And then this year I rediscovered his artwork. I absolutely love it, and I then got all 3 of these books. So I got Worlds Within Worlds at the beginning of lockdown, and then I actually found both Imaginomorphia and Mythomorphia in the works for £5 each. So I have coloured pictures in all of these books, and yeah, I'm really pleased to say that I have rediscovered his work because it's amazing. It is crazy, and he's got a new book coming out in February called Fragile Worlds, which I'm hands down getting. It's already looking amazing from the pictures that I've seen. So it goes without saying, I think, Kirby's work, it is just incredible. So yeah, that is my other choice. So we now move on to question 6, which is the final question, which is show your 6 favourite colouring pages completed in 2020. First, we have a page from Ivy and the Inky Butterfly by Joanna Basford. Now, obviously I am working in this in order, so these first few pages for me are quite similar in terms of the colour palette, because lots of the things that appear are the same in some of the pictures, but I think out of the ones I've done so far, my favourite pages are probably these ones, which I kind of count as a double page spread. So one thing that I do want to mention is I had a lovely viewer called Cynthia asking me about my greaseproof paper that I used on my pages. So basically the reason I do this is because when I have the pages, sometimes the glitter will transfer, so I like to put this in also to just protect the colouring as well. And I basically get 2 sheets, put a bit of washi tape on the top of them so that it doesn't slide out all the time, and then I just insert it in, so it keeps everything really nice and protected. And for those of you in other parts of the world, you may know it as wax paper, parchment paper, baking paper, that sort of thing. It's all the same thing. So yeah, as I said, this double page spread is probably my favourite one that I've done. I'm really pleased with the progression that I've made from my last go at this, and yeah, I really like it. It has definitely taught me, this book, to take my time with pages, and this is my second time round with the book, as I said, so I have learnt things along the way, and I've definitely changed up how I've coloured some bits as well. So yeah, it's given me quite a lot of confidence for the other pages in the book. So that's my first page, or 2 pages I guess, which I'm most proud of in 2020. We then have a postcard from I Believe in Fairies, and out of the 3 that I have done, my favourite is this one. This was a Chris Chang tutorial that I actually only did last month, so this was a really recent one. And I love it. I learnt so much doing this, as I said in my completed pages. If you want a more thorough explanation of this, then it's in my completed pages, but I love it. And I did use my Arteza white gel pen a lot on this page, and it served really, really well for me. So as I said, I'd really recommend those. But I do actually like all 3 of the postcards that I've done, and I've really taken my time with them, but that one's probably my favourite. We then have my page from Symphony of Cute Animals, which again I only did last month. This was the bird page, and I made them Christmassy. Again, I use Malteser white gel pen a lot, and I use Holbein pencils as well. This one, I think the reason it's one of my favourites is because I did try and make them realistic, and I always find that if I take my time with stuff and try to make it look realistic, it generally turns out better. So this one did take me quite a while, but I really enjoyed doing it, and yeah, I just think it's so cute. And again, because it's a smaller book, it didn't take as long. So actually, when I think about it, it didn't take as long as I thought it would. So yeah, that's my page from the Symphony of Cute Animals. We then have a page which I have already shown, which is from Luna, and this is my nameplate page. This one was a real challenge for me. As I said, I only used 14 pencils. It was a 12 set of Pablo pencils and then 2 Holbein pastels. And I just think, again, because the hummingbirds I tried to make realistic, it was so much fun just trying to use a really limited amount of pencils but still try to make it look realistic. And yeah, again, because it wasn't that detailed either, you know, it's quite a simple page. I really took my time with it, and yeah, I had so much fun with it. So that's another really recent one. So actually what's happened with quite a few of these is they are ones later in the year. I'm just going to move these to the side because otherwise it's going to get a bit high up. Okay, so next we have a page from The Ink House by Rory Dobner, and I really like one that I did earlier in the year, which was this one. And the reason I like this is because I had never really done octopus that much before, and I really liked the colour that I used, and I did actually use all Faber-Castell classic pencils. I didn't use many Faber-Castell polychromos, so it was pretty much just budget pencils. So yeah, it was really fun, and again I did take my time with it because I was trying to make it look semi-realistic, so it was quite challenging at the beginning, and I think it was a whip for quite a while and then I came back to it. So it's a really nice central page as well. I like it when they're, you know, in the middle. And my final page is from Fairy Celebrations by Clara Markova. Now you probably already know which page I have picked, but it is this one. So this was the one I was mentioning with Effie's colour along. This was for her Monsters in May colour along. So this was quite a while ago that I did this, but it's still probably definitely my favourite page out of this book. And again, if you want a lengthier explanation of how I did this page, it's in my May completed pages. So I tried to make the cats as realistic as I could. I had so much fun with the fur and the background and everything. I just had so much fun, and because it was a double page spread, I thought I would be intimidated by it, and you know, it would be a whip for a long time, but I really enjoyed just working through it and I didn't get bored at all, which sometimes happens with double page spreads. But yeah, I again had a lot of fun with that one. So that's my final choice. So I'm not going to tag anyone specifically for this, but any of the people that I have mentioned in this video, you are welcome to do this tag. Emma did leave it open to everyone, and I'm sure she would love to see your videos. So even if you don't have a YouTube channel, I would still love to hear your answers in the comments if you'd like to. So feel free to do that. But yeah, open to anyone. So I really hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I've had so much fun making this, and I really like the different aspects of each question. So yeah, thank you so much, Emma, for creating this tag, and again to Rosie for tagging me. I really appreciate it, and yeah, I will see you all in my next video. Bye everyone.